Hey guys, welcome back. So I just got a call from Gramps and we've got some new stuff coming in. So let's get that unloaded and we'll see what we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't see you. Go there. Oh, there you are. Hey. That's good. Good. Oh.
So on this load we've got a John Deere 3600 8-bottom plow with spring trips, spring trip resets and spring colders. It's in pretty good shape, everything's there, and we are going to end up using this on our Steiger and I think put the 7 bottom spring trip plow behind this. We've got 15 bottoms of spring trip plow and everything matches, and it should go together pretty well. So we got it backed into its spot next to our John Deere 55 corn special. It's got a 335 head on it. You can see it's pretty shiny. We touched up the paint a little bit where it needed it, gave it a really good washing, and threw a coat of clear on it. And it kind of gave, kind of freshened it up a little bit, made the paint pop. And it's one of Grandpa's favorite ways to do these things. So it's not just an old painted combine. It kind of still has some character to it, and it looks pretty good. But back to this one. So this one is a John Deere 40 combine on factory steel tracks, which is pretty freaking cool. You got your platform up here, clutch and brake, gear shifters right there. I don't know what everything does, but it's pretty crude. I mean, it's a real simple combine. Let's get up here. Here's your operator platform, your hopper. Here's another shot of that 55. Lighting's not very good in here. There's that. It's a little dusty in here, being next to the door. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Jake was saying, I don't remember this, I wasn't paying attention, but Jake was saying that there was one of these at the 2015 Half Century of Progress show, or 2017, but I'm not sure, I don't remember. I guess while we're in the shed, we'll take a look around. Here's Jake's 4630 4-post power shift. We got a 1466. If you guys have been around for a while on this channel, you know where that came from. We got a 2655 Oliver. Here's that Wheatland we bought a while back, that G1000 diesel. 4640. That's a user that gets used quite often. 4840. What do we got here? A 45 combine. A 1020. Got this one a while back. Needs a lot of work. Alice Chalmer 8550. This is one of Alice's bigger 4-wheel drives. I think if I'm remembering this right, they call this one the Twin Mary. I think it's Twin something. It's got 2 exhaust stacks up here, and it's a inline 6, but you can see 2 separate exhaust manifolds. It's got twin turbos, but they're not compounds. It's just 1 turbo for the front 3 cylinders and 1 turbo for the back 3. So we're hoping to maybe get going on that one this winter. Then we got a 2630. We use this quite a bit to Ted Hay, but its recent job has been pulling around this 40 combine pull type. Step over here. So this is basically it's a 42 pull type. So this is basically the 45 combine God, I'm fumbling my words. This is basically the 40 combine on tracks, but it's a pull type, so it's a 42. And if you guys have been around for a while, you saw a little bit of this. We threw a clear coat on this one as well. Touched up the paint. We put on a little more paint than we usually do on this one, but it turned out really, really good. 9630. This is our dedicated scraper tractor for when we do our terrace work. We do all of our own terrace work, and we outsource our tiling. Got a draper head. That's the dealership's draper head. 4630 power shift open station. This is kind of a big deal. This is a pretty rare bird right here. I don't know the numbers on this one, but that is a sweet tractor. That's Jake's too. That'll be a nice one. If you see, we got the doors cracked. This shed, for some reason, it's the newer shed that we built. For some reason, it gets very humid in here, and these cab tractors sometimes get a little musty inside, and we keep the doors cracked to kind of help with that. Got an 8310R pulling our Kinsey bean planter. Got a New Holland big square baler pulled by a 4630. And the last big one is a 9560R, and that gets moved around quite a bit, either a field cultivator or a McFarlane. You guys, actually, we went right past that one. Let's go back here. Here we've got a 9530. We've got a couple of these. I think we got 3 of them, if I'm thinking right. 9530 on a, I wish I knew how many feet this was. I think it's like a 42 foot or 40, I'm not sure. McFarlane. This is a really good light tillage tool. We use it quite a bit to dry things out when we want to get planting. And you can see we got a tire on the ground. We're waiting on a wheel bearing assembly. So there's a little mini equipment tour. It's definitely not all of it, but somebody was asking to see some stuff, and here we are. Well, I guess while I got you guys here, we could maybe go fix a plow hitch and get that done so we can paint that plow. Let's go do that. Let's do it. Okay, you can see I got it all welded up now. I did my best to avoid these holes. I may have to get in there with a die grinder a little bit and clean these back out. This side looks pretty good. This isn't really the best way to fix these cracks, but the bevel helps a lot because I laid probably 5 welds down in there and a couple wider ones to finish it off. Did the same thing on this side, and I put 2 over here where that smaller crack was. The next step is I'm going to grind all this flush, and I'm going to drill 2 holes in this plate right here that I just put there. I'm going to drill 2 holes in there that'll be the same size as what we had before, and then I'll weld that all the way around, and it should give it some extra strength and take the stress off of these cracks here. Another thing I'm going to do is flip this over. These cracks went all the way through. I'm going to flip this over, bevel out the same way I did before, and lay in some welds over there. That's not going to have a piece in there. The only piece I'm going to put in is on the outside, and that's where the bolts will go through, and they'll sit on this plate. So it will be a lot stronger fix. Not the best way to do it, but it should work out really well. So let's go ahead and grind this, get these holes drilled, and we'll weld that on. Okay, just die grinded that hole out, kind of cleaned up this edge a little bit, and got that hole just a little bit wider over here. Die grinding that, it looks really good. It all looks like one piece of metal, and that's where I stacked those 5 welds, so that's a good sign that we did that right. We've got this plate here, and it lines up just about perfect, so I'm really happy with that. We can go ahead and tack that in. And I'll run beads all the way around and get that solid. I still have to bevel the inside and weld the inside, so I'm going to do that quick without even filming anything, and I'll show you guys the result. Okay, looks like that filled in pretty good. I'm happy with how that turned out. We'll go ahead and flip it over, and we'll get this piece welded on now while everything's hot. So we got some good penetration. That should be perfect. Oh, look at this. I was always told that the easier that slag comes off, the better you did. And watch this. Let me see if I can't junk rod here. Okay, I got a junk rod. Watch this. See that slag? Watch. Boop. Boop. This other stuff, if I let it, yeah, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful. Okay, got her all welded up here. I'm pretty happy with this. This should take away a lot of that stress that crack is going to experience. There isn't a crack anymore because it's all filled in. I got fillets on both sides. I got this piece on the outside now. 2 clean holes to put your bolts through. The bolts were a little long anyway, so we shouldn't need new ones. And overall, this is going to work out really well. Good.
You don't need me?
No. Well, I am just now pulling up to my house. Hitch turned out pretty good, and we got a new combine, so it's a pretty good day. You can see off to my right, we got some corn here. This is the first field we planted. It's tasseling, and we got some ears developing, so we're pretty far along, and it's looking pretty good. We got quite a bit of rain the other day, so I'm thinking unless we get a bunch of wind, we should be in pretty good shape. This field and most of the other ones. So that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up here.